Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. And if you guys would like to save 10% with your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout or click the link down below. It helps out the channel. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter that she should have expected to see me less when she and her dad got my custody reduced? I have a daughter, 15, with my ex-fiance. He's always had primary physical custody. I had weekends until she was in school, then a week every month, but she usually went home early because she hated sharing a room. But we shared legal custody. When she was 2, I married my husband. We had a son 2 years older than her and a daughter the same age as her. We have 2 more sons and a daughter together. The only thing her dad and I have agreed on, or disagreed on, was school. He wanted private schools for her, but I wanted her to be at the same school as her siblings, especially because she only got to see them at home at most once a week out of the month. She went to a public school until 4th grade. Then, for 5th, he told me either I agree to a private school for her, or he'd take me to court for reduced custody and child support. I gave in and allowed her to go to private school even though her siblings weren't able to attend. 2 years ago, he told me that he planned to send her to a boarding school for high school. I refused. At that point, we were lucky if she spent a weekend a month with us, and it was obvious her dad was telling her that she doesn't need to care about her family or spend time/talk to us. My daughter said that she wanted to go, and a few weeks later, I was notified that he was taking me to court to strip me of my legal custody. After a year of fighting, the judge sided with my ex, and I was forced to let my daughter go to boarding school. She is home for a week for Thanksgiving. I get her for the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. She has a 2-week Christmas break. I get her for Christmas Eve and maybe one other day during the week. I don't see her for spring break, and for her 8-week summer vacation, I'm supposed to get her for a week. The school is 8 hours away, but there is a lot of international travel involved. Last year, she only spent 6 weeks abroad. This year will be 12 weeks. When they're not traveling, parents are allowed to visit at either every weekend or every other weekend. My daughter called me the other day to tell me that her dad's wife will fly out twice a month to visit and take her for a girls' day, and she sees her dad almost every weekend and even sometimes during the week. But the only time she sees me is when she flies and makes the time. I told her I don't know what she expected when she worked with her dad to get my custody reduced, but I won't be flying twice a month or wasting an entire day to drive there just to compete with her dad's wife. Now she's refusing to talk to me, and my husband and his wife are calling me spiteful and a horrible parent. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter that she should have expected not to see me when she got my custody reduced? How to say that you're trying to blame your kid for your loss of custody when in reality you're a horrible parent overall without saying it. How dare your daughter get a higher education that is of a higher quality than public schools? How dare they? Also, why exactly is it that you want your daughter to be going to a public school for a reason other than, oh, they'll all be going together with their siblings? Is there a reason other than that, or is that really just it? Am I the a-hole? Pranked a colleague, and I think that she is overreacting. This has been bothering me all afternoon. My friends told me to try posting the situation here for an unbiased opinion. I have been at my current job for about 7 months now. I didn't meet this coworker, Jill, until about 4 months ago because she was out on maternity leave. I have never really liked her. She talks a lot and is always asking personal questions. I think she likes me, but she's married with a kid, so it's a hard no from me. She's finally gotten the hint about 2 months ago and has left me alone besides work duties, which she still nags, but whatever. The office apparently has a tradition of doing fun pranks during October for Halloween, like wrapping a cubicle in plastic wrap, hiding candy in odd places, a plastic skeleton that gets moved around each day, just funny, harmless stuff like that. And I decided to prank Jill. I went and got a bunch of those fake spider webs and some plastic spiders. I also got one of those large spiders with respondable legs and to put in her chair and made it look like it's working. I got in early today and got it all set up before anyone else came in. Then I went to the break room to hang out until start time. So she finally comes in, and I can hear the scream from all the way in the break room. I go over to see her reaction, except she's not there anymore, and 2 of our colleagues were taking down the webs and spiders from her cubicle. They demand to know if I'm the one who put it up, and then starts yelling at me once I say I did. They tell me it was rude and uncalled for because Jill has arachnophobia and had to be taken to the bathroom to calm down. Okay, but how was I supposed to know that she was scared of spiders? Plus, it's just plastic spiders, nothing to cry over. I told them that I would apologize to Jill to get them to calm down and help them clean the rest of it up. I didn't see Jill again until lunch, which is weird because her cubicle is next to mine. I caught her in the break room and apologized for scaring her with my prank. And she sort of just shrugged my apology off, which ticked me off. This is where I might have been an a-hole. I told her to grow a pair and not be sensitive next time a little spider came her way. She just gave me this weird look and told me that she has, and she wouldn't recommend it. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Anyways, I tried to go back to my lunch, but my boss called me into the office and suggested that I take the rest of the day off. Guys, she went to HR over this silly, stupid little prank. So now I'm sitting at home worried about my job. I know I shouldn't have told her to stop being sensitive that way, but she is definitely overreacting and taking something so little to HR. Am I the a-hole, or is she? Ah yes, you went to HR totally because of that Halloween prank, and, not because you told her to get over it and grow a pair. Gray one on that one, dude. Apologizing for the thing, yes, that was pretty good. That was a good thing to do. But then saying that somebody should just get over it, and it's not that bad, yeah, that's kind of where you messed up. So, yeah, no, it's just, you done screwed up, dude. Also, way to go with the narcissism, thinking that, yes, I think she likes me. Am I the a-hole for choosing my family over my wife? My 33M goals for the year were to buy a house and get married. I managed to achieve all of them successfully. It's important for me to have my parents live with me because it's part of my tradition. I've asked several girls about this, and they all refused when it came to living with my parents. My parents, M62 and F58, are all very nice and sweet, always encouraging me to do whatever makes me happy. I have been living in the US for the past decade, and I finally met a girl, 28F, who is cute and sweet. On our first date, I asked if she would be okay living with my parents, and she said, "No, I don't see why not, if they're nice people." I wanted to get married before the year's end to save on taxes, but she wasn't ready and needed more time. We ended up getting married anyways, and this was before she met my parents properly. My wife is half Indian, and her country of origin allowed my green card to be processed in months instead of waiting 10 plus years, which would have been the case based on my country. However, this wasn't the reason that I chose to marry her. My wife and I got along well because we loved each other. She accepts me as I am, including my mental disorder, partying habits, and everything. Once my parents moved in after my marriage, she became sad and depressed, started drinking, stopped eating, and felt trapped. 2 months later, she finally told me that she was uncomfortable living with my parents. She even considered divorcing, saying that if she had spent time with my parents beforehand, she wouldn't have married me. I'm not willing to ask my parents to move out, but I also don't want to lose the love of my life. Some of her reasons seem valid, and I eventually started working on addressing them. Having lived apart from my parents for over 10 years, I found it awkward to bring up certain issues with them at first. I admit that my family had siblings and can be a bit chaotic at times, but they are wonderful people. We are a close-knit family and share everything, whereas my wife comes from a more stoic family, where they don't openly share their feelings. She's never had to compromise before, and I can see that she is not even trying to adjust to living with my parents. However, she does care about their well-being. She just doesn't want to live with them for more than 2 months of the year. She says that they're still young and healthy, and she's okay living with them if they become sick or after one of them has passed, but for now she wants to enjoy our newly married life alone for 2 to 4 years. So far, I've told her that's not an option, but she's getting worse mentally and physically, and the stress is causing her health issues, as confirmed by her doctors. I allow her to go to her cousin's house, or even her home country for months at a time when my parents visit for her mental health. I'm comprising living without her. Ultimately, she has even started ignoring my parents as a way to show them that she is unhappy with the situation. My family is emotionally depending on me. It's not easy. She wants to talk openly and resolve this, even if it means ending our marriage or finding a solution. I don't want to do either because I don't want to stress my parents, who have underlying health issues that could worsen. My parents dreamed of living with me once I got married, and they were so happy to be here. My dad was depressed because he has nothing to do besides watching TV or using his phone. They also want a baby ASAP because they're bored. But my wife and I aren't ready for at least the next 3 to 4 years. They've tried to convince her multiple times, which has only made her angry. She sees them as teenagers living with their indefinitely. I want to have a kid while my parents are still, so that they can create memories with my kid. I don't think we will ever divorce, but she is hesitating to have a kid given our living situation. Most of our friends are envious of our relationship, and our quick marriage has inspired 2 of our friends to get married. She's nice, funny, and well-liked by my friends. I know she truly loves me, but as time goes on, the stress is taking a toll on her. If I let her go, my parents will feel responsible and be devastated until I get married again. Even if I do remarry, I can't be sure this situation won't happen again. I feel truly guilty, as if I'm ruining her life. I'm willing to let her go for her peace if she chooses to. Everything would be fine if she could just accept my parents as her own, as they don't ask her for anything and are self-sufficient. They are trying to win her approval, but she just ignores it. All she wants is me. However, 1 to 2 months a year with my parents isn't enough for me or for them. I want them with me forever. Once I get my citizenship, I also want to bring my siblings over. Maybe I should have married an Indian girl from India, but I've become too westernized in the past 10 years, and I don't think a traditional girl would accept me. I really want this to work. At the moment, nobody involved seems as happy. I'm giving it time. It doesn't seem like everyone has started to ignore the issue and move on. After years, I'm feeling her resentment growing towards me and her love fading, but I'm constantly trying to cheer her up. I'm tired. Okay, so let me get this straight. Somebody wasn't ready to get married, you very much wanted to do it, and use the tax reason to just convince them into getting married with you, and they moved in not really liking the situation with your parents, and now you're trying to weigh your parents who are self-sufficient for themselves versus your wife, whom you pressured into getting married. Yeah, this don't seem like it's gonna end up good for you. Am I the a-hole for not getting the same dress as the other bridesmaids for my sister's wedding? This might be long since I am trying to give as much details as I can. Also, there is a possibility for an update. Real ages, not real names. I, Daisy 22 female, am the maid of honor to my sister's Tori 25 female's wedding for January of 2025. Our whole family is beyond excited about the wedding. I am so happy that Tori finally found her dream man, Jack 26 male. Tori has not had good love experiences throughout the years and had bad relationships that did not end well. I am really grateful that Jack is in her life because he gets along very well with me and the rest of my family. Tori is my sister, and I love her, but as siblings, we have our good days and our bad days. So, here goes the story. I was beyond happy when my sister Tori chose me as her maid of honor. I, of course, accepted right away and started looking for dress options. The problem is the style, design of the dress, not the color. I actually love the color Tori chose. It is beautiful lavender color. For months, I looked at different websites for my dress, and there were pretty good options, but none convinced me. About 3 months ago, we found a website/app that sells designer dresses for special occasions like proms, weddings, cocktails, and for a fair price. The dress on the apps are beautiful and nicer than the previous ones I saw on the other sites. I right away searched for maid of honor dresses in lavender, and there were so many options. I scrolled and scrolled for a long time until I found 3 nice dresses that were possible options for the wedding. I scrolled once again and found the dress with an A-line on the shoulder with a low back design. As soon as I saw that dress, I said, "This definitely is my dress." I showed the dress to my mom and agreed with me. I sent Tori the pictures of the other 3 dresses and the one that I chose, which was the last picture I sent. Tori told me that she liked the dress that I chose better than the other 3 that I sent her first. Also, she told me to wait a little more to get the dress, since there was still time for the wedding. I ended up waiting, so there is my proof. 3 weeks ago, Tori texted me and asked me what dress did I choose for the wedding. I again sent her the picture of the dress I chose. She said, "Yeah, so we are not going with that dress. I wanted to stick to the same dress for all of the bridesmaids." I was in shock because she didn't let me know sooner. Tori sent me a picture of the dress that she chose for the bridesmaids. And it is an infinity dress. The infinity dress can be styled in many different ways in the upper body area, but has no other designs and looks very plain. The only reason why Tori chose that dress is because one of the bridesmaids did not like any of the options or dresses except the infinity dress. Tori even sent a picture of my dress, the one that I chose, but she did not like it at all. The other bridesmaids will just go along with what my sister Tori says, and there is no issue with them whatsoever. I had a huge fight with Tori over this because I told her, "I get it, it is your wedding, but as the maid of honor, my dress has to be the same color, but the same style and design as the other bridesmaids, and I don't like the other dresses," Tori answered. "I don't like it that way, and like you said, it is my wedding." I once again told her, "I don't like the dress that you chose, and I am sorry, but I am going to wear it," Tori told me. "Well, it is either that dress or you can stay home and not go to my wedding." Right after her answer, Tori walked out of the door extremely mad. Since our fight, we have seen each other, but we barely speak. My 2 brothers, mom and dad, have taken my side. They say that Tori is overreacting and cares more about that one bridesmaid option than mine. Also, they say that Tori has not had any consideration for me as her maid of honor because not once did she ask for opinions and help to choose the bridesmaids' dresses. My parents and my brothers still cannot believe Tori, and I had a fight over the situation. My mom told me, OMG, so Tori decides not to take your side as her sister, but prefers to take Jack's mom, Tori's future mother-in-law's side, and is going to let her wear the dress of her liking. Side note, in the early preparations for the wedding, Tori and Jack decided that the mothers were going to wear the same colored dress. My mom and Jack's mom both agreed to wear the same colored dress for the wedding. Jack's mom went back on her word and decided not to wear the same colored dress as my mom. So, am I the a-hole? Yeah, it can kinda suck when things change, but at the end of the day, it's the bride's call to decide kinda what goes on when it comes to the guests along with the husbands. And just trying to say that, oh, I'm wanting to do this anyways, just gonna feel like if you go through with your own decision, you're gonna wind up ruining the event for not just the bride, but a whole bunch of people. Am I the a-hole for not washing plates? I'm 21, I live in the dorms of my university, and came back just for my mom's birthday last weekend. I had brought her a $250 air fryer because she keeps on complaining about how her current one is old and crusty. It's a gift I genuinely put a lot of thought and money into. On the day of my mom's birthday, she just seems to be angry at everyone. My dad, my younger brother, and me. She just was passive-aggressive all throughout, but she didn't really show it until we started sharing the gift. When she opened the gift, she didn't have a reaction. I asked if she liked it, and she just said, I wonder why you didn't get your dad the lawnmower on his birthday. So I took that she didn't like the gift. She's not an angry person, so I don't understand why she was so upset on one of the days she's supposed to be the happiest on. Plus, I feel like even if I didn't get the best gift for her, she can at least show a little bit of gratitude. And at least that's what I have done when people get me gifts. I told her that just because it's her birthday doesn't give her the right to treat the people around her like Dookie. She asked if this was really her birthday because it didn't feel like her birthday. My dad tried to mediate between the two of us, but she just screamed at him and started screaming at all of us for not clearing and washing the plates the previous night. I don't understand why she would allow this one thing to ruin her entire birthday. And if she had asked me to wash the dishes, I would have washed them. I had washed my individual plate. She just went to the guest room to lie down, and ever since then, she has been sleeping in the guest room. She barely leaves the room and hasn't helped around the house. My brother is 15 years old and has been feeling overwhelmed and sad because of the state of the house and my mom. Does one instance of not washing plates on her birthday really need such a visceral reaction? I just don't understand my mom at the moment. Maybe the internet can give me some perspective. Nobody gets like that after just one time. I know for a fact there's probably a lot of stuff that you are very much leaving out. But with that, that is going to have to be with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. And I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!